Yo, what up? We back with another edition of RPT, Real Prison Talk with Wes. And today, like we've been doing a lot lately, we're gonna help out another one of my subscribers. Um, First, before I get into that, I want to apologize. Been a little under the weather lately. Actually, a little under the weather is a understatement. I've been sick as a dog the past couple days, and I'm literally just now today getting my strength back to get up and post videos and whatnot. Um, Nothing serious. I know a lot of you guys that know my journey know that I had a rough fight with cancer. So it's not nothing like that. And every time I get sick now, my mom, my kids, I have adult children. I don't have no little kids anymore. But my kids, my adult children and my mom, they not really too much my dad. My dad got the patience of, he got the nerves of steel. But the females in my family, like my mom and my adult daughters, I have two adult daughters. I have a lot of adult nieces. They all get very afraid because they it takes them back. I'm 2 years in remission, cancer free. But it was such a rough fight that anytime I get sick or I start throwing up and start feeling bad and can't hold food down, they automatically think and fear the worst. So it wasn't nothing cancer like. I think it was just like a little stomach bug, maybe. I don't know. I had a fever. It wasn't even, I didn't even go to the doctor. I just stayed in bed and nursed myself back to health. My mom came up here and helped. But I wasn't able to post because I was sick. So I'm apologizing for that. And now on to, without no further ado, let's talk about what we came here to talk about. This young lady hit me up on Instagram, and I respect her honesty. She says, Wes, I love this guy. I want to be with this guy. He's going to prison for 5 years. He turns himself in next month. I guess the judge gave him uh 30 days to get his affairs in order. And next month he has to turn himself in. And her dilemma is this, like, they're not in a relationship. But she's noticing now that he's about to turn himself into prison. She feels like he's trying to lock her down. He's trying to he wants to be in a relationship with her. Whereas before he didn't want to be in a relationship. She wanted a relationship. He wanted to stay friends. He caught a drug beef, got pulled over with some drugs in the car. He bailed out. He's been going back to court for about a year or two now. And he finally has been sentenced. The judge gave him 5 years. And she loves him, wants to be with him, but does not want to be locked down for the next 5 years. So I had to read this a couple times. I had to read the message a couple times before I understood. So she's saying, as far as financially and emotionally, she can hold him down. You know, she can put money on the phone. She can put money on his books. But as far as being loyal, as in a relationship wise, she said, even like as of right now, they're not in a relationship. He wants to remain, well, he wants it. Now he wants to be in a relationship. But before he got arrested, he wanted to remain as friends. So, I mean, not the lady don't gave me so much of her business, not putting too much out there. Even though she's rocking with him, she's also having sex with another guy. So she's saying, I don't want to stop having sex with my sex partner because this guy's going to prison. And that's exactly what he wants. So up until now, he didn't care about being friends. He didn't care that they were not in a relationship. He didn't care who she had sex with. But now he wants to be in a relationship and he wants her to commit to only him, which is kind of weird because any, well, I guess that's a lie. I was say any real lifer. I've been in a lifer's block, and actually, I got like a lot of my lessons from a lot of the lifers that was around, that was sitting in there with me. And one of the main things they always tell you is do not stress stuff you cannot control. So, what she chooses to do with her body, you can't control that. Do not let it stress you out. She puts money on the phone and she answers the phone calls and she keeps money on the books and she comes and see you. You already winning, you know? You worrying about the wrong things, homie. You got her in your corner. You didn't want to be in a relationship with her, but now you're going to prison and you don't want her to be doing her. It's kind of weird, bro. I mean, you should have kept that energy from jump, and I would have backed it up 100%. But the fact that she said that you are aware that she has other male friends, some of them are friends with benefits, and you're just cool with that. She said she even told him like I'll cut all of them, I'll cut him off because there's only one she's having sex with. She do have other male friends. She said some buy her gifts, some I don't know exactly what her situation is. I'm assuming she's an online model because she says men send her gifts for pictures and videos all the time. But homie, you should have kept the same energy. Like if you ain't care before you go in, don't notice you going to jail and start changing up because for one, it's a big turn off, you know. And for two, you can't make someone be there, you know. Either they're gonna want to do it or they're not. And I've been in that same predicament. I had a female tell me the same thing, like, Wes, I'll put money on the books. Wes, I'll come see you. Wes, I'll put money on the phone. But as far as what I do with my box, Wes, I get horny. I want to have sex. It wasn't my girl. It was actually the same predicament. A female that wanted to be my girlfriend all my life. I just kept playing around with her because I never really was interested. And finally, I'm about to go to prison. I'm trying to cling on to any little ones now. The ones that I was interested in when I went to prison, it was like, okay, now we gonna go over here. So now I'm trying to cling on to the stragglers, you know. And I figured since she been on my body. I'm trying to be respectful. I don't want to say sweating me or you know what I mean, make it seem like she was thirsty or anything. But since she was on me since I was like 14, I thought maybe I could try with her. Like, hey, don't give nobody that box. And she was like, no, 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 no. I ain't said in those words. But along our conversations, she got the message and was like, let me set this clear. I love you. I would love to be with you. I will hold you down emotionally, financially, spiritually, however you need. But what I'm not going to do is confine myself to the restrictions that you're confined to. Just because you're confined to them now, when you wasn't confined to them, you wasn't worrying about me being confined to them. So I had to respect that, you know. And it actually worked out better, you know. She held me down. I called. I had the homegirl I could talk to whenever I want to. She even pulled up to the jail to see me. And it's like what she did with her body was her own business. I didn't even want to know. Like that's not even my business. So it was a pretty good ordeal. And sister, I think that's how you should keep it. Some guys just can handle more than others, you know. I was always one. I want to know the truth. So you tell me what it is, and I'll know how to deal with it. And that's why I respected the young lady telling me I am not going to be faithful when it comes to my body. I'll be faithful when it comes to my heart and my money, and loyal when it comes to my heart and my money, but not when it comes to my body. I'm going to give it to who I want to give it to. Okay, because I can't be mad. she felt when I wanted to give it to just solely you, you didn't want it. So, ma'am, I think you're in the same predicament, and I think you should react the same way. If you wanted to be in a relationship with him when he was 100% free and he didn't have no problem with who you gave your love, your sexual affection to, then it's really, I mean, not to put the young lady down that I was dealing with, that really shows how much you really don't care about the person. When you could tell them, listen, I don't care who you with, as long as when it's my turn, it's my turn. How much love is that? Like, how much do you really care about that person? It's really just your carnal instincts that you're trying to satisfy, or whatever it is that you sometimes you're not even aware of what you're trying to satisfy. But anytime you don't care about that person and you don't even care if they're loyal, faithful, I mean, it's not always a bad thing, because it's good to sometimes when you're dealing with somebody that's a bad person, it's good to not care because it keeps you from jumping off the 30th floor roof or whatever, you know what I mean? And tapping out. But it's okay to live your life. If it was okay to live your life when he was free, it's okay to live your life now that he's going to be incarcerated. I think it was kind of a little selfish of him to even ask you to put your life on hold now that he got jammed up. That's just my opinion. I think that all females, no female should be asked. I think that it should be their own choice. Unless they were in on the crime that got me arrested, I'm hard at it. You know what I mean? I'm always dealing with females that's telling me not to do the stuff that I'm out there doing. So when I get caught, it's like I never feel like you should have to pressure anybody. It should be on them. If they want to be there, then the love will be there and it'll be real. And if they don't, then eventually they'll fall off anyway. No matter how hard you try to string them along, if they don't want to be there, they're just not going to be there. So hopefully I answered your question, sweetheart. Um, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. If your question is too personal to leave in the comment section, you can DM me. My Instagram is wes.smith.129. That's wes.smith.129. Um, be on the lookout for my book coming out this month, How to Survive Prison. Um, I got some other projects coming out this month. I got a urban novel. We call them hood books in jail. I got How to Survive Prison Part Two that I'm working on, Life After Prison, because that's part of surviving. In my first book I wrote, I even made some kind of comparison to a scary movie. Like, do you feel like the person has survived the scary movie if they see the monster, get away, only to get killed later on by the monster? They didn't survive. So surviving prison also has a lot to do with how you survive after prison. Because coming right back to prison doesn't mean you survived. So be on the lookout for those projects. And until next time, peace.